Oh, hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about the top 6 crypto DEX that you should hold long term. We're talking about decentralized exchanges that are hot. They are tokens, they are exchanges that provide liquidity for coins that do not exist or are not available on exchange yet. So we're going to talk about ones that are available on exchange that are hot right now and that you should own and we would own. I'm not saying you are going to own, but we are owning ourselves because our top picks. Isa, welcome and let's discuss about them.
Thanks, Giuliano. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about these decks and the big difference is the pros and cons. And I'll go ahead and start by sharing my screen and show you guys a little slide that we put together as well. So, okay, so this right here is a centralized versus decentralized exchanges. And when you look at centralized versus decentralized, there's going to be some differences. And these are the main differences that we find, which are control of funds. Who's actually the one who has the keys for the coins that you're storing? Is it the exchange or the user? And for decentralized, the good thing about these are you actually have control of your coins and your tokens. And one example of this that went south was I believe it was a Canadian exchange. One of the owners actually used to keep them all in a hard wallet. And then once he died, $190 million worth of funds were just completely inaccessible. So this is one of the good things about decentralized exchanges. And the next thing is ease of use. It's very easy to use a centralized exchange. They do a good user interface, but the decentralized exchanges, they're a little bit harder to use, and also they're just starting to get more popular. So I think this will change to easy over time. Anonymity. So basically, when you do a centralized exchange, you have to sign up, you have to give them your information. It's called Know Your Customer. And for centralized exchanges, you have to provide a lot of info. For decentralized, it's peer-to-peer, and you don't have to actually provide any of that information. So it's a lot more private. For a centralized exchange, there's quite a bit of a single point of failure. So you can have them go down by hacks. You can have some downtime. For a decentralized exchange, it's a lot less hackable and a lot less downtime. The features on a centralized exchange, such as Binance, for example, they're going to have a lot of features. For decentralized exchanges, they're more of a niche feature. They're going to be less, but you do get a lot of great things out of it, and we'll show you what we're talking about. For liquidity, you're going to have a high liquidity on these centralized exchanges and a low liquidity on the decentralized to start with. But as these get more and more popular, this will switch to high as well. So one,
Perfect. And Isa, just
yeah.
to clarify for the viewers out there, centralized exchange, we're talking about, Binance, Coinbase, we're talking about the big exchanges, kind of like where the banks, the ones that hold your money, hold your tokens, right? So centralized are those, decentralized are the ones that we're going to talk about right now. They provide liquidity for other types of assets or tokens. And we're going to go into them right now. Isa, take it away.
All right, perfect. So thank you, Giuliano. The next ones we're going to talk about, we've got 6 of them we'd like to discuss. And Giuliano, I think you had the first 3. Is that right? You're going to show?
That's correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
let me go ahead and start with my top ones. We have 6 that we selected for you, and we're going to go right into them.
Okay. Back to you, Giuliano.
All right, so here are our top 6 picks that we discuss. Uniswap, Sushiswap, Pancakeswap, Mdex, 1inch, and Aave, if you want to put it, AAVE. So these are top decentralized exchanges. If you go into top DEX exchange on CoinGecko, this is where you're going to find there's so many of them out there. And these are our top picks. And why are we picking them? Well, I like Uniswap and Pancakeswap myself, mainly because, they're popular and I have used them myself. Uniswap and Sushiswap are basically the same thing. They are swap platforms or decentralized exchanges that you can trade one coin by another coin that are not available on Binance or Coinbase. And they're all Ethereum based swap platforms, right? So Ethereum protocol and Ethereum network has a lot of different coins. And Uniswap and Sushiswap, you can basically use them to trade and exchange and swap coins that are not available on these other platforms. Pancakeswap, is one of my favorites because different than Uniswap and Sushiswap, the Ethereum network has very high fees for trading or exchanging one coin for another coin. But Pancakeswap it is tied to Binance or BNB, the smart chain made by Binance. And I really like them. There's low fees, it's very high speed, and I have used Pancakeswap to swap coins. It's tied to BNB, so you buy a Binance coin, which is the BNB token, and then you exchange that coin BNB for another coin that are not available on the platforms, and I really like them. So these are my top picks in terms of graphs. This is the graph for Uniswap that we're looking at right now, Uni versus USD. You can see they had an all-time high of almost $50. It's trading at about $19 right now, $20, so almost 3 times less. So really good time to put in some accumulation right now. I start accumulating some Uniswap. That's my top pick because it's used by Ethereum, which is the best token out there in terms of protocol. The ecosystem of Ethereum is really huge. So Uniswap and Sushiswap is really good. Sushiswap also it is trading at $7 and almost 3 times less than it was before. And Pancakeswap, which the token is called Cake, is also this is actually my favorite one in terms of price and chart, because look what happened over here. That was a nice consolidation over here before it broke out to the upside. We talk about in our website about rounding bottoms, head and shoulders, and you can see here that Cake had a rounding bottom before it exploded to the upside. What is happening right now is price is accumulating around a support area, and you can see that it's going sideways. Usually, big sideways, has a breakout either to the upside or downside. So for the long term, this token, Cake or Pancakeswap, is one of my favorites, and I'm going to buy for accumulation for the long term. If it goes up, I'll buy. Actually, I'm buying right now to accumulate some tokens. If it go up, I'll buy a little more. If it goes down, I'll buy a little more. Or if it breaks to the downside and I'm already accumulating at this price over here, if it goes down, I'll buy another piece over here. If it goes down over here, I'll buy. And as it goes up, you can start releasing some and taking some profit. So these are the top picks for myself and Isa. And the next 3 is Mdex, 1inch, and Eve. Isa, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Juliana. So yeah, let me go ahead and share again and show you guys. All right, so we've got Mdex, which is going to be actually the number 2 traded in terms of volume. And right here, I'll show you guys what we're talking about. So Mdex, it has 13% market share. It's the number 2 in volume for DEX, and then it has also very low transaction fees. So confirmations for them are actually under 3 seconds, which makes them really, really fast. So that's one of the top reasons I picked them, and for low transaction fees. Let's go ahead and take a look at their chart too. So for Mdex right here. All right, so like Juliana was saying, we've got some accumulation going on right here. You saw a huge spike in the past, which was roughly, yeah, it went up almost like 100% at one point, and then it just dropped down. But this is because of what Bitcoin is doing and what all the cryptos are doing right now. So you've got an accumulation phase right here, and we think that in the future this is likely to rise. We are not financial advisors, but based on the percentage of people using this, we do think that it has some good potential. The next one that I'm going to go into is 1inch. Now this is number 7 in volume, and it has a 5% market share. So they offer cool features like swap features, limit order feature, and also yield farming feature. And yield farming is great because you can actually take the coins that you're holding onto long term, deposit them with them, and then gain interest on those. Now, one thing that they do use is Chi token to reduce the cost of ETH gas. So some of these DEX have high fees, but they're all trying to figure out ways to bring those fees down in terms of using different types of tokens and figuring out a way. The next one, actually, before we do that, let's look at their chart. So 1 inch right here, we see the same type of chart, right? It's got accumulation going on right now, and it's kind of reached a support line like Giuliano was talking about. So right here was previous resistance. Now it is turning into support. And you can see that. And then as we have the next bull run, we do expect this to go back to previous highs. Okay, so the next one we've got is AAVE. This one is 16 in terms of number of volume. It has a low market share, but we think this will rise. It's only 1% right now. The great thing about AAVE is they've got lending pools that enable users to lend or borrow 17 different cryptocurrencies, including some of the big ones like Ethereum, BAT, and Mana. So AAVE, let's take a look at their chart as well. Okay, so the good thing about AAVE is actually I do see something bullish, Giuliano, which is looking like a inverse head and shoulder on their chart right over here. So there's the left shoulder, there's the head, and there's the right coming up. So once we do break this, we will have a measured move according to our technical analysis, and that measured move should take us somewhere back up here. So reaching another resistance line. But those are the three that I had, Giuliano, and there's something to look at and something to hopefully make some gains on in the future. But I'll stop sharing and send it back.
No, perfect. I like them. I'm picking them myself. I'm holding a piece of them for the long term. And one thing that some viewers in the past have asked ourselves is, where do you find them? And I'm going to share my screen and show you the best way to find them. In terms of when you talk about a token, is where is it? So the best place to go is if you go into CoinMarketCap. This is the website here, CoinMarketCap, and then you type in over here. So for example, we're gonna put it to here Uniswap, right? So right there, you type it the symbol over there is going to show up a lot of information about the token. Also has a little graph, and at the very bottom of here you're going to see where is the token listed. So you can buy Uniswap on Binance, Coinbase, and all these different platforms. So this is the way for you to find out more about the token itself, read some information about them, and where to buy them. So this is something that previous people have asked, and I'm showing it to you guys. So this is it for our top 6. Make sure that you give us a support and a like, and if you like our content, it's a great way to support our channel. Isa, final thoughts.
Yeah, these are great ones to look at. If you guys have any others that you use personally, please put them down in the comments and we'll take a look as well. So hit that like button. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time.